Hey coin collectors, Dan the Collector Man here. Today I've got a mega unboxing from Bullion. Now I've got a real good mix of different items, a lot of gold and silver. So I want to go through all the different fun things I got from Bullion now. Definitely it was a good fun to get some of this cool stuff, especially some of them are becoming very, very collectible, so it's nice to get it. So I'm going to start off with the really cool stuff, and these are the Queen's Beast Completer bars. So I had to get the 10 ounce. It's definitely something that is very, very collectible. Only 6,000 of these are produced. And you can just see the detail in that bar is really nice. I absolutely love this. Love the way that's come up, and I think this one's going to add a lot more premium. So it's around $600, but you're definitely going to see, I think already on the secondary market, 700 plus, and we'll keep going over time. The only thing I don't like is it comes in the vinyl wrap, which is a bit of a shame. It'll be interesting to see what happens to the vinyl wrap over time. I'd love to get this in an actual capsule, but you just can't get capsules for this random size. This is something very unique to get. So chuck in the comments below if you know where you can get capsules for this, but at least you can still see through this vinyl wrap pretty well. So from a wrap point of view, it actually has come up pretty well the way it works. But that is definitely probably the best piece that I've got, and I've also got myself some of the 1 ounces. These ones all come in like a row, so obviously you just cut up the amount you want. So I just got 3, which is something pretty cool. 70,000 of these, so already selling pretty well in the secondary market. Definitely the ones in the SA card straight from the Royal Australian Mint, which are these ones here. They have a little bit more value on it compared to these ones, but still I think it's pretty cool to get that, and they're definitely going to add a little bit more collector's value. The next one we got was these ones here. So these are the Aliens ones that were pretty cool. So this one has a very low mintage. The gold, I think it was about 1,000 roughly off memory, and then you've also got the silver. Now the silver for me in person looked better than what it did on the image. So as you can see there, it comes up really nice, and the gold one's not too bad as well, but I'm actually more impressed with the silver one. The way you can see the detail on the angle there, it actually comes up really nice. Something quite different. I'm not personally into aliens that much. It's not really something that I'm into collecting, but I just thought, given the low mintage, I actually like the capsule this comes in as well. Given the low mintage of this, I think it's something pretty cool coming out of the US. Then we've got a sovereign. So I wanted to get myself a sovereign. So from this one is from 1878. I haven't quite figured out what mint it's from yet. I'm assuming it's England, but it's pretty cool to have this one on here. And as we can see here, this is the portrait. Definitely cool to get myself some sovereigns, and it's a nice classic one with St. George and the Dragon. That's the kind of one I want. I like these old classic ones, so I definitely want to add some more sovereigns to the list as I go. It's a nice rough 1/4 ounce bit of gold to add to the collection. Let's carry on with the gold. So I thought I'd get a koala. These ones have a pretty low mintage out of the Perth Mint, so this is a 2024 koala. So it'll be interesting to see if they're going to do another one this year, but definitely having a koala. I want to get some more Australian Perth Mint 110 ounce ones, because when I did a bit of a video not long ago, I realized I didn't have much of the Australian versions of the 110 ounce. So I also got the kangaroo, which is another one to get. So I've got to get those 2 classic Australian. I want to try and get a 110 ounce kookaburra to have the 3. But I don't know if they're going to be making many of the kookaburras anymore than 110s, which will be a bit of a shame to get that. So hopefully they do. Be pretty interesting. I'd love to know if you know where's the best spot to get them. But definitely for me, I think that's pretty cool. And every month now I'm looking to get 1/10 of an ounce of gold, just to slowly build up that little bit of a collection of gold. And then my last gold piece was just a 1 grammer out of the Germania Mint. So I like getting different mints 1 gram bar. So this one was the Germania Mint. What I noticed on this one is you don't see the back. So the back seems to be blacked out, which is a bit odd. I thought normally you could see the back, but they've got everything on the one side here. I don't want to take the film off this one, but they've got everything on this side, but nothing on the back, which is a bit of a shame. Normally you like to see what goes through, but just here it's got 1 gram 4/9 fine golds. So nothing too special, very basic, but it's still nice to add to the collection. And then a gold back. So something that I haven't really got much of in the past. So this is a 1/200th troy ounce of gold. You can see the shine in that one. Pretty cool from Nevada, but very interesting. I didn't realize on the back that there's not much to see really on this side, so it's almost like it's kind of see-through, but that's on the back side, but at least all the color and all the detail is on this side, so you can definitely see that. So this is a 5, and I might look at getting more gold backs over time. You definitely pay almost double the value in premium. So there's roughly $25 worth of gold, and this is nearly a $50 piece. But this is something unique and different, and I wouldn't mind collecting it because some of them can have some collector's value given the designs on it. They have some beautiful designs on the coins. Then we go into some silver. So I've got some staples that I always like to do year runs on. So I've got the Philharmonics from Austria, which is another nice one. And this one actually comes up really nice with a nice plain edge. Look how beautiful that edge comes up. I actually do a nice edging on that. And then you got the Krugerrand from South Africa. So both 2025 editions, and that just to add to my year run collection of these. So nothing too special. I'm sure you've all seen some of those before. The last one out of the staple that I'm trying to get is the Mexican Libertad. That's the one I'm still waiting to see when that's available. This next is the 1 ounce Germanian Mint one. I love this one here. So this comes with its own card, a certificate of authenticity. It's a shame they're not individually numbered, but this is 2025 Germania. Pretty cool one. So this one has a mintage of 15,000. So pretty low mintage, but there's nothing apart from the card. At least it's not folded. Not sure how I'm going to store this together actually, because normally I'll put these in a different kind of area. So, but just make sure this goes along with it. But that's a nice little card to add to it. I think it's pretty cool to have a pretty card. But I love the detail on this one. This is probably one of my favorite ones to date. The way they've done this one with the ruins in that. I do like that with her holding a sword. I much more compare this one compared to the last year's one. So then this gets me to the Germanium Mint ruins. So I've got this finally, the Germanium Mint torch. So this one is for the UV light. So let's have a look at this one and see how it comes up. Hopefully it's got a little bit of charge on it so I can actually use it. But let's have a look at the special torch that comes up. Let's see if I can turn it on first. There we go, look at that, you can see that light, and then I'm going to get some of these ones that I've got here. You can see the colours that are coming out, and that definitely makes a big difference. If I put those two together, the colour difference in this one compared to my last one that I had, I might put these next to each other, is huge. So that is definitely the right torch to get for this. It's got a special frequency that it needs to run with that, so it's like a blue torch, as you can see here, but it's definitely pretty cool. Germanium Mint USB charge, but to get the right colouring out of that. So I'm sure I'm going to get more and more Germanium Mint products in the future and keep using that. But that's pretty cool. It's more of a fun kind of a gimmicky toy for me. But it's just making sure, I didn't realise myself that these blue lights actually have different frequencies. So you need to make sure you get the right frequency that works with the products. So this is the one that you want for the Germanium Mint products. So it also goes, there was one released like this that comes in colour. That was, obviously it doesn't work on this one, came out at the World Money Fair, so that's something I wouldn't mind like getting, because I love that design, and to have that in full colour, obviously when you use this special torch, it's pretty cool. It's actually pretty light as well, so it's definitely a bit different, but you can see the quality of it. It looks like something that's going to last a test of time, at least it's got a half decent charger. So that was the last piece of my collection from Bullion Now. So thanks to the team at Bullion Now, as always, they do a fantastic job. It's been a little while since I've been able to pick up some of this stuff, so it's definitely pretty cool, and I'm sure there's going to be some little fun stuff coming up over the next couple of months. So make sure you give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and like some of the stuff I've purchased from Bullion Now. Make sure you do subscribe to Dan the Collecting Man to stay up to date. I've got a really good lineup of videos coming up over the next month, and I'm really excited about some of the cool products, and I'll do a little bit more detailed videos on some of these products coming up as well. There's also a link down below to buy a coffee if you want to do a shout out for the channel for the work that I do. And as always, thanks so much for watching and joining the coin collecting community. I'll catch you in my next video. Dan.